So welcome to the video. I'm going to be explaining SOH CAH TOA, what it is, how to use it and when to use it, everything you need to know about it. And I'll also be using this visual I've created as an aid to help you understand it. It's color coded, so hopefully it will help you understand SOH CAH TOA. And yeah, you should be a pro by the end of the video. So let's get into it. So the first thing I think is important is to explain this triangle on the right. Now you're going to be working with a right angle triangle when using SOH CAH TOA. And that little square on the bottom left of the triangle, that means it's a right angle, and then the other three sides are hypotenuse, adjacent, opposite, and we have angle X, that yellow angle. Now when you get given a right angle triangle, you should label all these sides. The hypotenuse is the longest length, that's the length opposite that little right angle you see there. Adjacent is the side running along angle X, or it might be angle theta, basically the angle you're working with. We know the hypotenuse also runs along this angle, but that's already labeled as the hypotenuse, so it's the other one running along that angle. Then finally we have opposite, that's the side opposite the angle. I mean, obviously, right? So now we've got SOH CAH TOA and the rules on the left. SOH CAH TOA is an acronym to remember these three rules on the left. And hopefully as I go through, you'll be able to see why it's SOH CAH TOA. Take SOH. So we have sine of X is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, SOH. Cos of X is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, CAH, CAH. Tan of X is equal to opposite over adjacent, TOA, TOA. So as you can see from each of these words, SOH CAH TOA, the first letter is the function, so sine, cos, or tan, and the next two letters are either opposite, hypotenuse, or adjacent. So hopefully that's clear. It's just an acronym to remember these rules. So first thing you want to do, you want to label your triangle and you want to write down SOH CAH TOA, and that's going to be easy because you'll just write SOH CAH TOA, it's the function, and then the next thing is the side on top, and then the next letter is the side going underneath. So that's all it is. You can see that pattern there. Write it out a few times, hopefully you'll remember it. So now we've got our rules on the left and we've got a triangle on the right. What are we going to do next? Well, most likely you will be working with two sides and an angle. Now one of these is going to be an unknown. Doesn't matter which one is the unknown, you just need to work out which ones you're working with. Let's say we're working with the hypotenuse, adjacent, and angle X. Well, we look to the left at our rules. We're going to be working with A and H, in this case the green one and the purple one. Hey, look, we're going to be using function cos of X. Now you'll be using cos of X to either find the angle or you might be finding one of the sides. Now once you work out which one you're going to be using, you can plug in the values and rearrange the formula. That's for another video because you really need an example to do that, so I'll do that in an example. But fundamentally that's where you get to with SOH CAH TOA. So look at your triangle. Let's say as another example we're working with opposite, angle X, and adjacent. Well, we can see opposite and adjacent, that's going to be TOA because we've got tan of X is equal to opposite adjacent. The angle, all of them are working with the angle. And yeah, the pretty much whole point of this is just to work out, am I going to be using function sine, cos, or tan? And you're not always just going to be working out the angle. Sometimes you're going to be working out the sides because either one of the sides is going to be unknown or the angle is going to be unknown. But either way, you're going to be working with two sides and one angle. I think from here, the best thing to do is apply that to an actual question. So I'll try and do a video on that. And from there, you just rearrange to find the unknown, whether that be a side. So you can label it HOA if it's one of the unknowns, or angle X. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you want a video going for a particular example. Maybe I'll do a sine, cos, and then tan one. But yeah, hope that makes sense. Best of luck with your maths. Thanks for watching if you got this far in the video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Best of luck.